Later developments, the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the last election has formally withdrawn his appeal at the Supreme Court. Mr. Ajayi and his party had earlier approached the tribunal to challenge the victory of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who secured wins across all 18 local government areas of the state. Explaining his decision, the PDP candidate said he withdrew the case after due consultation with members of the party. The former deputy governor of Ondo State extended his heartfelt wishes to Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa and pledged his support for the state leadership, affirming his dedication to contributing positively to development of Ondo State and the nation at large. Joining me to discuss the latest decision to withdraw its appeal by the People's Democratic Party is Chief Chain of the People's Democratic Party, Desmond Awoyo. He joins me to discuss this latest development. Thank you for joining us at this time. So let's start with the decision of your candidate in the Ondo election to pursue litigation up until the Supreme Court. Considering the performance of the party during the elections, would you consider this strategic in the first place?
Thank you very much for having me this morning. First thing I want to actually establish is for us in the People Democratic Party, the movement is not as a result of weakness, but rather it is wisdom. Our party believes strongly in putting people first and focusing on several development rather than, endless legal battle. And I strongly believe I have a very close relationship with His Excellency Agbola Ajayi, who I strongly believe is matured and he has the mental capacity to take decision himself. So the People Democratic Party, as a party, we are committed to our members and strengthening our structures and presenting Nigeria a credible alternative that can deliver the good governance. So the decision, it is not a sign of weakness for us in the People Democratic Party. Rather, it is for us to focus more on governance and also to focus more on better things ahead. And I saw APC rejoicing, the Aiyedatiwas and his team members, the governor of Ondo State rejoicing over this decision. And it is a time for us as a country or as Ondo State indigene to actually be sober. It is a time for solemn assembly, because if we check it critically, it is a form of lack of trust for the judiciary, because if Agbola Ajayi, His Excellency Agbola Ajayi, have the confidence in the judiciary, no one will ever want to withdraw the case. So it is not a time for us. It is time for us to rethink and to re-strategize. So I believe, and he clearly stated this in his, in his withdrawal statement. He said, after careful, consultation with family, which comes first, party member that gave him platform for that, his close associate and legal team, and he has reached consensus to that. And don't let us forget, himself and the current governor of Ondo State, they are from the same, senatorial district, the same region. So I believe all these things accumulated. But most importantly, the development does not really affect the People's Democratic Party in Ondo State. Rather, Ondo State PDP, we are very strong. We had our ward election last week. We are having our local government election this week, and next week we are having our state executive election. So we are not bothered about the development. Rather, we are focusing more on better things and producing a better and a credible candidate for the next election.
And I mean, it's not just your party. The appeal of the candidates of the Social Democratic Party and also the APM were also dismissed. You also expressed some of your own concerns. But how do you think this really reflects the standing of other parties in Ondo State at the moment?
There are two parties that actually withdrew. The first one is Oba, Otumba, which unfortunately passed away and is resident in Lagos. And, there's something in law called the local standing. These are the people that is directly affected, and they has the local standing. So withdrawing is as a result of his demise. And also Agbola Ajayi, probably, it is more of personal reason to him after due consultation. So generally, in Ondo State, I strongly believe that the the All Progressive Party does not have, they've lost contact with the grassroots. People are beginning to galvanize, tinted towards the People's Democratic Party. We are strong, we are formidable, and we have built more strong relationship to, to restructure the unstructured structure that the All Progressive Party in Ondo States have actually, lost contact, reality with the touch of people, and people are, wallowing in abject poverty in Ondo State right now. So this does not affect us. Rather, we are leveraging on this to build a stronger relationship with the people at the grassroots. I strongly believe after this, we are getting our heads straight in Ondo State politics.
That's a positive attitude to this. Well, your candidate pledged to continue working towards the development of the state, especially with the state governor. Let's talk about what this means for PDP's strength and, prospect ahead of the future elections. I know you've mentioned that your party is making plans to galvanize the grassroots. But what do you think your party can bring to the table in its place as a formidable opposition in Ondo State?
Okay. First, His Excellency Agbola Ajayi have a very personal relationship with His Excellency Lucky Aiyedatiwa. So it is on that personal level, not at the party level. So his relationship is tantamount to his own personal view, not the general party's view. Because with all fairness, without any forms of mendaciloquence, it is crystal clear that the last election was rigged. But because they lost reality with, the lost relationship or the lack of trust with the judiciary system, have made, some of us to strongly not to believe in the judiciary system. And I believe that is one of the reasons why Agbola Ajayi, withdrew. But of course, we have people who have integrity, who have built bridges instead of walls over the years, and who are still in the People's Democratic Ondo State. And that is why young person like me still strongly believe in the party. And we are more than formidable than ever. So it is more, or it doesn't have an hitch, it doesn't affect us, it doesn't affect. His Excellency Agbola Ajayi have a personal relationship with, because the day he was sworn in, when late Arakuri Akeredolu passed away of blessed memory, Agbola Ajayi was right there. So they have a personal relationship. They have a personal, unfiltered relationship. So anybody can assume anything, but for us that still remain in the People's Democratic Party, some of us that are faithful to the core, that does not attend meeting at night, we are very, very, united. We know ourselves, and of course, we are formidable. We are resolute to take the leadership of the Ondo State.
I mean, that's really a weighty allegation to say that the election in Ondo State was rigged, and that's why the judicial system is in place. If perhaps there are concerns,
if it was not,
if
it was not, Agbola Ajayi and Oba will not be in court. It's not possible for Agbola Ajayi not to win his local government. How can you conduct a local government election and you claim that APC won the 18 local government?
Mr. Desmond, your party decided to withdraw from this case for whatever reasons, consultation as written in the statement. But of course, there are other chances for the PDP to prove itself ahead of the forthcoming elections. I wish we had more time to discuss this. I'm sure we'll still take you up on this. Thank you for talking to us at this time. PDP Chieftain Desmond Awoyo, thank you for joining us on TVC News.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.